No, Meghan and Harry were not invited again, and they thought that this could be their year.
Meghan Markle is apparently spiraling as her Hollywood dreams come crashing down, and everyone in the industry essentially turns against her. The Kardashians, the Bezoses, the Sarandoses. No one is really a fan of Harry, and especially Meghan.
Oh wow, Anna Wintour has just banned Meghan Markle and Prince Harry from the Met Gala. So if you're Meghan Markle, what do you do at that moment? First you set up some paparazzi pictures in Montecito. We're not even going to go there, folks.
Well, they just didn't invite them, so they didn't expect them to come along. So they have to find a big excuse. Even, the magazines have to come up with some sort of rubbish if they're on their side.
What I'm about to tell you about Hollywood's most photographed couple could change the way you see every red carpet shot and glossy magazine cover from now on. Behind the smiles and cameras, there's real tension brewing. Hollywood's biggest women are reportedly done with her completely. Not just annoyed, not just distant. They've fully shut the door. And these aren't random critics online. We're talking about major power players: Nicole Avon, Anna Wintour, Lauren Sanchez, the Kardashians, and Netflix boss Bella Baharia.
We're not going to do that. Let me talk you through it. Paula writes, the invitations for the May the 4th Met Gala have gone out, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle didn't make the cut.
These women control invites, connections, careers, and influence in Hollywood circles. One good word can open doors, and one cold move can freeze someone out fast. Now the silence is getting loud. Calls allegedly stopped getting answered. Invitations disappeared. Social media support vanished too. Unfollows, untags, and quiet distancing everywhere. And the wild part? Reports claim every fallout came from specific moments and personal insults that people inside Hollywood still haven't forgotten. And while this Hollywood fallout keeps getting messier, something very different is happening across the Atlantic. The royal family is moving in total silence, calm, calculated, and extremely effective. By the time people fully notice what's happening, this whole 7-year drama may already be flipped upside down. So stay locked in. Because what's happening to Meghan Markle right now doesn't look random at all.
The snub stings particularly hard for the Duchess, who actually had a shot at attending this year's costume art-themed event, given that 2 of the co-chairs, Beyoncé and Venus Williams, have loose connections to her social circle.
It's not just bad luck. More people are starting to see it as a slow closing of doors, one move at a time, one connection at a time. The biggest spotlight came after Daily Mail editor-at-large Alison Boshoff dropped a brutal investigation into why major Hollywood women reportedly pulled away from Meghan. The report pulled together months of rumors, industry tension, and behind-the-scenes claims into one explosive story that got people talking fast. The report claims Meghan still has major fashion ambitions, especially as lifestyle and fashion deals are seen as a big part of funding the Montecito image. But despite all the effort, Meghan and Harry were reportedly shut out of one of the biggest events in the world again, the Met Gala. Not once, but twice in a row. The fashion world's biggest night came and went without them anywhere in sight. And it didn't stop there. During King Charles's recent U.S. visit, the Sussexes were missing from every major event tied to the royal trip. No dinners, no receptions, no elite gatherings, nothing. While powerful figures moved through high society circles, Harry and Meghan reportedly stayed completely outside the room. What really got people talking was who did show up. Prince Harry's old friend, Guy Pelly, attended a White House garden party with his wife that same week. Yes, the same friend connected to Harry during that infamous 2005 costume scandal. According to critics online, it sent a loud message about who still has access to elite circles and who no longer does. Then, President Trump added even more attention to the situation during comments made to journalist Robert Hardman.
Don't invite them because it becomes all about them and nothing about Kris Kardashian, whose 70th birthday it was, nothing about Jeff or Lauren.
Referring to Harry, Trump reportedly said he had done too many things before adding, "That wife of his, what has she done to that guy?" That line exploded across headlines fast. Now insiders quoted in the Daily Mail claim, the bigger issue is isolation. In the circles where invitations, deals, and influence matter most, reports say Meghan and Harry are finding themselves increasingly cut off from former connections. One insider quoted in the report didn't hold back at all. They allegedly said, "They have truly lost the plot," claiming Meghan is frustrated because projects are no longer landing the way they once did. The source also claimed the couple's biggest problem is repeatedly falling out with powerful people who could have helped their careers and business deals. Then comes the fashion world drama, and this part really turned heads. According to reports, Meghan sided closely with Edward Enninful during his time at British Vogue, a move that allegedly upset Vogue boss Anna Wintour. And in fashion circles, Anna's influence is massive. One cold shoulder from her can reportedly change everything fast. But here's where the story gets even messier. Reports now claim Meghan's relationship with Edward Enninful has cooled too.
But Meghan's issues are not that. It's not that, let's say, things are failing because of outside factors or that a shipment didn't come in or something like that. It's a result of a series of catastrophically bad business decisions going.
So, after backing one side in the so-called Vogue wars, insiders say that connection also reportedly fell apart later on. That sequence alone sparked huge reactions online because people saw it as another burned bridge in elite circles. A source in the Daily Mail piece even claimed Anna hates her, while also alleging issues over fashion loans and returned items. The report also pointed out Anna Wintour's longtime admiration for the royal family and suggested she reportedly disliked how Harry and Meghan handled their royal exit. And according to people close to the fashion industry, Anna Wintour is known for never forgetting personal conflicts. That's why insiders believe there may be no easy path back into her inner circle now. The wild part? Edward Enninful was recently seen at a gala alongside King Charles in New York. While Meghan's connections reportedly keep shrinking, many of the same figures are still moving comfortably inside elite royal and fashion circles.
Oscars, not the Golden Globes, not the Emmys. And it must be so painful given that we heard that report earlier in the week, Angela, that Harry has become obsessed with looking at the footage of what's going on in the United Kingdom. Well, last night, the royals out in force again. And let's have a look at some of these pictures, Angela, because it really was.
Edward Enninful is still moving in major circles, still attending elite events, still connected to powerful people. According to critics, the real issue is that his connection to Meghan reportedly faded, while his influence didn't. In their eyes, she backed the wrong side and ended up isolated anyway. Now comes what many online are calling Meghan's biggest social mistake yet, the Lauren Sanchez situation. Because despite all the rumors floating around Hollywood, insiders believe Meghan absolutely wanted access to events like the Met Gala and the billionaire social world surrounding Jeff Bezos. Lauren Sanchez has become one of the most talked about women in elite celebrity circles. Luxury trips, massive media attention, fashion campaigns, and billionaire status everywhere around her. But according to the Daily Mail report, Meghan allegedly kept her distance early on because she reportedly viewed Lauren as trashy.
And of course, Anna Wintour, who is head of Vogue and the Met Gala, is a huge fan of the actual royals and does not like Meghan.
That word alone caused huge reactions once the story spread online. The report claims Lauren invited Meghan to several gatherings, but Meghan allegedly declined because she didn't want to be publicly linked to her. If true, critics say that decision backfired badly. Since then, Lauren's status has only grown bigger, especially after the Bezos wedding became one of the most talked about celebrity events of the year. And here's what really fueled the conversation. Major royal figures reportedly attended the wedding, including Queen Rania of Jordan and Crown Prince Hussein. While global elites gathered inside one of the biggest social events imaginable, Meghan and Harry were nowhere to be seen, adding even more speculation about how far their influence has slipped in those circles. Now let's get into the Kardashians. and this situation feels a little different. Maybe not full-on hate, but according to reports, they've clearly cooled off on Meghan and Harry. Alison Boshoff even wrote, "The Kardashians have had enough of Harry and Meghan. They are over them." That alone got people talking fast. And honestly, if you're trying to build a huge lifestyle brand online,
And this is not a surprise at all. And it's not a surprise that Meghan Markle might be spiraling after every single business venture she has tried has essentially failed. And it comes down to really one simple thing. Meghan Markle just doesn't have it.
staying connected to the Kardashians would normally be a massive advantage. But fans noticed Kris Jenner reportedly stopped interacting with Meghan's Instagram completely. No likes, no public support, nothing. In Hollywood, people say the quiet freeze usually happens before the full cutoff. Then comes the biggest fallout of all, Netflix. Ted Sarandos personally backed Harry and Meghan's streaming deal, a partnership once expected to turn them into major media players. According to the Daily Mail report, Netflix executives genuinely tried to help keep things on track. But even that reportedly became messy after Harry and Meghan attended a Netflix event for the series Beef. Photos from the event suddenly disappeared from Getty Images only a day later, despite Netflix approving them beforehand. Reports claimed Meghan allegedly disliked how she looked in the pictures, especially shots where she appeared very close to Nicole Avant.
On, I think, the way Meghan hoped and envisioned it would. And of course, anybody starting a business, anybody going in a different direction is going to have a moment where you're thinking everything's coming together and it's just not, something falls through. And that is a feeling of frustration.
That situation reportedly caused major frustration behind the scenes. And according to sources quoted in the report, relationships inside Netflix circles became seriously strained afterward. The article even claimed top executives like Nicole Avant, Bella Bajaria, and Ted Sarandos himself were no longer supportive of the Sussex team after ongoing tension and alleged behind-the-scenes complaints. Reports say it's still unclear whether negative briefings against Netflix executives came directly from Harry and Meghan or from people around them acting on their own. But according to insiders, the bigger issue is that the damage was already done. Netflix executives reportedly noticed the tension, remembered it, and quietly moved on. One source in the report summed it up harshly, claiming the Sussexes often fall out with people once those relationships stop being useful.
A decade now at this point. Bad business decision to marry Prince Harry. I think she should have dated him, dumped him, and then leveraged that relationship and publicity to greater roles rather than actually marrying him, going under the international public spotlight.
The insider even suggested they struggle more with personal relationships than business itself, and critics online ran wild with that statement. So this is the picture many Hollywood insiders now describe. Connections with Netflix circles reportedly strained, ties to major fashion figures weakened, Kardashian support fading, and elite billionaire circles becoming harder to enter. According to critics, these weren't random setbacks. They were the result of years of decisions, social clashes, and damaged relationships building up over time. The bigger question people keep asking is simple. After 6 years in Hollywood, what has actually lasted? Since leaving royal duties, Harry and Meghan had access to major studios, media executives, celebrity networks, and huge opportunities. But outside of documentaries, interviews, and Harry's memoir, critics argue there hasn't been a major long-term business success or entertainment hit attached to their brand.
Abusing her time in the royal family, then abusing them after she left the royal family, and jumping from project to project to project with no follow-through, no real achievements to speak of, and just an endless series of gripes and victimhood that have really...
The report also claims much of Meghan's lifestyle brand growth relied heavily on Netflix support behind the scenes. And now, with reports of tension inside Netflix itself, people are questioning how stable those partnerships really are moving forward. For years, some Hollywood figures reportedly believed staying close to Harry and Meghan could also create indirect access to the royal family. But during King Charles's recent U.S. visit, the Sussexes were completely absent from major royal-connected events. For many observers, that silence sent a very public message about where things now stand between Hollywood, the royals, and the Sussex brand itself. According to critics, the state visit answered one question very clearly. Harry and Meghan no longer appear to offer Hollywood any real connection to the royal family. And for many observers, that changed everything fast. What shocked people most in this report was the alleged attitude behind some of the fallout. Reports claim Meghan distanced herself from Lauren Sanchez because she viewed her as trashy. But critics online argued that decision backfired badly.
Selling out of its Mother's Day collection, which is limited edition, we have some desperate, weird chicken coop video of Meghan Markle going, well, this is the guy, the chocolatier, and look, we're feeding chickens. I'm like, how is that supposed to help you sell chocolate for Mother's Day? The answer is it doesn't. And Meghan needs to, I think, wake up to the fact that she is not a popular figure.
Since then, Lauren's social status has only grown bigger through her connection to Jeff Bezos, elite events, luxury branding, and billionaire circles. The report suggests Meghan may have wanted to build a massive lifestyle empire, similar to brands connected to Goop, the Kardashians, or other celebrity billion-dollar businesses. But according to critics, key relationships reportedly collapsed one after another instead. Tensions with fashion figures, streaming executives, billionaire circles, and celebrity power families allegedly kept piling up over the years. That's why many commentators now describe the situation less as bad luck and more as a series of choices that damaged important connections. In their eyes, it became a pattern of social missteps, strained partnerships, and burned bridges across multiple industries. But the Hollywood side is only part of the story. Because while reports describe Meghan facing colder treatment in celebrity circles, attention is now shifting toward Prince Harry and how the royal family has reportedly responded in the United Kingdom.
And there's nothing really wrong with that in a way. I mean, if she was smart, she could own it and actually leverage it into greater success. But as ever, she is the architect of her own destruction. She is imploding as we speak because she wants something so desperately to be real, which is that this Hollywood thing that she has attempted to cultivate and chase for so long has not turned into the golden goose that she thought it was.
During King Charles's recent U.S. state visit, the king delivered a major speech celebrating ties between Britain and America. But some royal watchers believe the deeper message was far more personal. Online debate exploded afterward, with critics arguing the event quietly highlighted just how distant Harry now appears from the center of royal life. Many royal watchers believe King Charles knew exactly what he was doing during that state dinner speech. As he spoke about America's deep historical ties to Britain, he began listing famous places connected to royal history and British influence across the U.S. He mentioned the Carolinas, Georgia, Charleston, Annapolis, Prince William County, and Williamsburg. And according to commentators following the speech live, people started waiting for one specific name, Sussex County, but it never came. That omission immediately sparked reactions online because Sussex County is a real American location with strong historical ties to Britain. Critics quickly noticed there was also no mention of places connected to Harry, Markle, or anything linked to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Thing in the People articles that it talked about, and I highlighted how when it came to Meghan's business, it said it was pretty much all being run by young women. I was like, yeah, I can see that. I can see it's being run by young women because it's being run badly. And it's not that young women can't run things well. It's just that experience oftentimes follows success.
To many royal analysts, the silence felt deliberate rather than accidental. Supporters of the theory argue the speech carefully highlighted royal history while quietly avoiding any references connected to Harry and Meghan. Every other symbolic connection was reportedly included with warmth, while Sussex-related names were left completely untouched. Some observers pointed out that Andrew-related locations were also avoided, likely for obvious reasons. But many still believe the Sussex omission carried its own separate message. One delivered very carefully on a global stage without ever saying Harry or Meghan's names directly. And for Prince Harry, critics say that may have hurt the most. Because if the interpretation is correct, it would mean his own father publicly distanced the monarchy from the Sussex identity during one of the most high-profile diplomatic events of the year. The moment exploded online after journalist Robert Hardman discussed the theory following the state visit. His later conversation with President Trump only added more attention to the growing debate surrounding Harry, Meghan, and their relationship with both Hollywood elites and the royal family. For many watching closely, the message coming from both worlds now seems strikingly similar.
All the time. But if you have a bunch of inexperienced young women running this thing who have never run a business, never run a company, never gotten it off the ground, don't know anything about food products, like the list goes on, don't know about website management, social media strategies, photography.
Doors that once stood wide open are quietly starting to close. After the state dinner, the Daily Mail reported that King Charles intentionally left out references connected to Prince Harry during the speech, and many royal watchers believe the evidence lined up too perfectly to ignore. Between the carefully chosen wording, the missing Sussex references, and President Trump's public comments afterward, critics say the message felt impossible to miss. A lot of people now believe Harry could have handled his royal exit very differently. He didn't necessarily need to stay a working royal forever, but analysts argue he could have stepped back quietly while still keeping a respectful connection to the monarchy. Some point to royals like Princess Madeleine of Sweden, who spent years living in the United States while still maintaining a calm, professional relationship with her royal role.
All the issues I've seen, grammar, again, we're still being inconsistent about whether or not we're capitalizing the E and as ever. That should be number one thing you should get right, is how you spell your...
According to commentators, that was the path Harry once had available too. And they believe it disappeared after the public interviews, documentaries, and family tensions exploded worldwide. Now, royal insiders are openly debating what comes next. Questions about Harry's future titles and long-term role inside the royal structure are growing louder online. Some even believe the royal family has already started signaling emotional distance through carefully managed public appearances and speeches. But then the story suddenly shifts in a completely different direction. And this may be the most important part yet. While Hollywood gossip and royal drama dominated headlines, the Prince and Princess of Wales quietly released new footage of Princess Charlotte for her 11th birthday. And the response online was huge. Instead of polished interviews or flashy celebrity-style branding, the royal family shared simple, warm moments, showing Charlotte outdoors, playing sports, and enjoying nature. The video instantly stood out because it felt relaxed and natural. Viewers saw Charlotte playing cricket confidently, smiling comfortably on camera, and interacting like a normal child growing up inside a close family environment.
Light bulb.
Did Meghan go to this gala because she is trying to really get in with Beyonce? I'm sorry, Beyonce has not formally acknowledged Meghan Markle since Meghan went on her Netflix TV show.
The clips were also compared to earlier birthday footage of Prince Louis, creating a picture of 3 royal children gradually growing up in public together. And according to royal commentators, that contrast mattered a lot. While Harry and Meghan continue facing headlines about Hollywood tension and celebrity fallout, William and Catherine are quietly building a completely different image: stable family life, tradition, warmth, and the future generation of the monarchy growing stronger in front of the public eye. The footage didn't feel staged or forced at all, just a young princess growing up naturally, while William and Catherine carefully shape the future image of the monarchy.
And read out loud private text messages Beyonce allegedly sent to her about breaking generational curses or whatever. I can't remember what the text was.
And honestly, that contrast is becoming impossible for people to ignore. On one side, critics say Meghan is still fighting for attention in Hollywood circles that may already be moving on. On the other side, the royal family is quietly gaining positive headlines just by showing simple family moments, like Princess Charlotte playing cricket outdoors. One side appears to chase relevance loudly, while the other seems to build it without even trying. And the public is absolutely noticing that difference. Now here's the part many royal commentators are debating heavily right now: Prince William's finances. After months of pressure surrounding transparency, reports in the Sunday Times revealed that William reportedly pays an income tax bill reaching up to £7 million a year. That number shocked a lot of people because it places the future king among the very highest taxpayers in the entire United Kingdom. According to reports, his income mainly comes from the Duchy of Cornwall, the historic estate passed down to heirs of the throne for centuries. And we're not talking about some modern business created recently. The duchy dates all the way back to the 14th century. Long before modern politics, social media, or celebrity culture even existed, this system was already tied into the monarchy's structure. Supporters of William argue the reason this story matters is because he handled it quietly for years without making it part of a publicity campaign. And in the middle of non-stop royal drama, many commentators believe that calm approach is exactly why his public image continues getting stronger instead of weaker. The Duchy of Cornwall has existed for centuries, dating back to a time when medieval England was still taking shape and the Black Death was fresh in history. That's how long this estate has financially supported the heir to the throne. But now, the duchy is facing heavier scrutiny than ever. Investigations by the Sunday Times and Channel 4 dispatches revealed that both the Duchy of Cornwall and the Duchy of Lancaster reportedly earned millions through land agreements involving public institutions like the Army, Navy, NHS, and schools. After public attention grew, some of those agreements were reportedly renegotiated. This also pushed more pressure onto Prince William over transparency. During the 2023 to 2024 financial year, the first year William fully controlled the Duchy of Cornwall, reports say the estate generated a record surplus of £23.6 million. Of that, around £13.5 million was believed to be taxable income. Kensington Palace later confirmed that William pays the top legal tax rates, including 45% income and capital gains tax on personal earnings linked to the duchy. According to reports, his total tax bill could land somewhere between £5 million and £7 million yearly, making him one of Britain's biggest taxpayers. But critics of the monarchy say that still isn't enough. Now the debate is shifting toward full transparency: tax returns, household spending, trust details, property income, and deeper financial disclosures. And according to royal commentators, this is where the situation becomes complicated. Because once public figures reveal more information, pressure usually grows for even more access afterward. That's why many analysts believe Prince William faces a difficult balancing act right now. On one side, transparency can strengthen public trust. On the other, opening too many financial details could create long-term problems for the monarchy as an institution. The controversy surrounding the duchy itself is also becoming a bigger political discussion, especially over how public organizations pay to use land and resources connected to royal estates. And with public attention increasing fast, this debate around money, privilege, and royal accountability is likely far from over. Supporters of the monarchy argue the criticism around the duchy raises a bigger question. What major landowner wouldn't charge for the use of their land or resources? Maintaining huge estates, protecting coastlines, handling conservation, infrastructure, and security all cost massive amounts of money. That's why defenders of the duchy say its entire purpose is to keep the heir to the throne financially independent instead of relying heavily on taxpayer funding. The Duchy of Cornwall has operated this way for centuries, dating all the way back to the 14th century. And here's where the debate gets even more complicated. Some royal commentators point out that if the monarchy were ever abolished, ownership questions around estates, like the duchy, could become extremely messy. Would the land automatically transfer to the state or remain private family property after being held for hundreds of years? That legal question alone sparks huge arguments among critics and supporters alike. Many analysts believe Prince William actually came out of this latest controversy looking relatively strong. Even with growing pressure for transparency, reports confirmed he pays some of the highest taxes in Britain while avoiding flashy public campaigns or constant self-promotion about it. Critics of the monarchy will likely keep pushing for deeper disclosures and financial accountability, while royal supporters argue the current system already provides stability and independence for the institution. Either way, the debate is clearly far from finished. And when you compare both royal storylines right now, the contrast becomes impossible to ignore. In California, Meghan and Harry continue facing reports of fading influence inside elite Hollywood circles. Meanwhile, in the UK, William and Catherine are steadily presenting an image centered around duty, family, stability, and long-term royal continuity. The Bezos wedding moved forward without Meghan anywhere in sight. The Vogue connections reportedly faded. Netflix relationships appear colder by the day. The Kardashians seem to have moved on completely. And during one of the biggest diplomatic events of the year, Prince Harry was allegedly symbolically left out by his own father in front of the President of the United States. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the picture around William and Catherine looks completely different. Reports show Prince William paying millions in taxes while continuing to build a steady public image centered around duty and stability. Princess Charlotte's birthday video, smiling, playing cricket outdoors, enjoying normal family moments, gave people a glimpse of the next generation growing up naturally inside the monarchy. And that contrast is what keeps fueling this entire conversation online. Critics say one side spent years chasing celebrity influence, while the other quietly focused on long-term legacy, family, and public trust. One side keeps facing headlines about damaged relationships and fading access. The other keeps building carefully, year after year, without needing constant attention to stay relevant. Time has always been one of the monarchy's strongest advantages. And many royal watchers now believe that while Hollywood fame can rise and fall quickly, institutions built over generations play a much longer game. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts on everything happening right now.